going on, world? They're gonna come back live, family, on a real spontaneous tip. But I just want to come back real quick. If you see the title, it's kind of spontaneous, but I just thought it was really, man, it's kind of really tripped out that no one is really conscious of it's only five people, okay? It's only five people that are controlling where your tax money go. That's it. And so you have to know, and I just really want to come with this one because if you're in the live right now, I'm just gonna give you some food for thought. Just kind of think about. And that's why if you watched me not too long ago when I talked about voting on the local level and the school board level in your city, in your town, because right now, fam, there's like 9 million students that don't have access to internet, or don't have access to the virtual learning devices and internet services necessary for them to even, go to school, right? It's like 9 million, right? Who school board members do those kids belong to? You did? And then, like I say, you talk about city councilmen and how in Seattle right now, they actually defunded the police. The city council voted like 7-1 to defund the police. So it's going to be like 100 police officers lose their jobs. And, and they had to go from there. My whole point is this, fam. If you're not voting on the local level, then things will never change. Because see, right now, and if you're not informed, like geopolitically, of what's going on, then you're not going to know that all this stuff is really a facade. The protest, a facade, the psyop, all the different Black Lives Matter stuff, that stuff is a facade, okay? All these different, like the SpaceX and the NASA, all that stuff is just divergence and facades. It's five people, okay? And I hope you're listening. It's only five people that control your tax money. During this particular time right now, and it's like so many people are struggling. All the protest to rent, you see those people out there protesting, like protesting rent, those not the people that really need the help. Ain't nobody protesting like that need the real help. Because if you're going to protest, then you're going to be protesting toward the people that really are affecting your situation. It's only five, okay? I mean, it's the executive department, President Trump, Mnuchin, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Mitch McConnell. Those are five people, and you got to ask yourself, and if you don't know who these five people are, if you don't know who Donald Trump is, Nancy Pelosi, Steve Mnuchin, Chuck Schumer, and Mitch McConnell, if you don't know who those individuals are, you shouldn't be voting. It's not an accident that they want uninformed people voting because they can stay in office forever and not do anything. These five people are the reason why things are not getting done. See, there are millions, billions of dollars that we pay in taxes every year, right? And these billions of dollars that we pay in taxes during a particular situation like this, that money is still there. So you would think that, you will get some type of retribution during these particular times. It's just as easy as the Federal Reserve printing money like they do when all these banks need money. Like when a bank need a loan, who do you think the banks go to when they need a loan? They go to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve will print them a receipt or whatever and give them the money value. And then the banks owe the Federal Reserve back that money plus interest. It just printed. So why is it that they can't just print money to accommodate everyone that's in need right now. Like I said, if you didn't get to see my video the other day, you got to realize, family, there are a lot of counties and towns right now that's not even getting any money because they like smaller towns and cities. You know, it's a lot of red tape, okay? So I just want to do this quick live, family, to encourage you to, if you're going to vote and if you're pro-political or if you're into the voting process, vote in your local region, city councilmen, school board members, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you don't, I mean, right now, it shouldn't be 9 million kids in Houston, I mean, in the city, in the United States, not having access to virtual learning devices. That shouldn't be the case. And no one, you know, we protested, talking about Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff, but no one is protesting in front of the 5 individuals' homes that are really the ones that's supposed to be making the decisions. Remember, Nancy Pelosi, she's the leader of the Democratic Congress. Okay, then you have Chuck Schumer, who is the minority leader of the Senate. Then you have Mitch McConnell, who is the majority leader of the Senate. And then Mnuchin, who is the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury. So you have to know that the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, they over the taxes. That's what they call fiscal policy, family. We got to inform ourselves. You have to know how this thing works. And so when you see people out there protesting arbitrarily in front of buildings that don't mean nothing, it tells you that it's phony. Okay? Donald Trump just signed an executive order. So Congress is just going to file a lawsuit to keep, you know, this whole thing going. I'm telling you, it's one bird, 2 wings. Play yourself first. You dig? It's just ridiculous. All right? I mean, you got the Supreme Court. What is Supreme Court? Okay? There are 3 branches of government. Are you trying to tell me these people that are, you know, have jobs for life, the judiciary system, the Supreme Court, you trying to tell me that the Supreme Court can't step in because that's what it's supposed to do? And that's why when you're uninformed, you just kind of go through the motions, or you watch them lie on the television. The Democrats say we're trying to do this, but the Republicans are not agreeing. And then they say the same thing. And you guys are not understanding that there's a 3rd branch, which is the judiciary branch. Where's the Supreme Court? See, they supposed to step in and say, you know what? Okay, hey, you guys, Republicans don't want to give $600. Democrats want to give $600. The Supreme Court will come in and say, hey, we're going to give everybody $500 or $400. But something has to happen, because logically, you have to know that it's taxpayer money. It's your money. At the end of the day, it's not the Federal Reserve that's printing money. It's your money coming from the U.S. Treasury, taxes. And where's the Treasury? Where's the judicial branch? Where's the Supreme Court? That's the whole purpose, family, of having 3 branches of government. Because when the executive branch, the president, can't agree with Congress, the judicial branch is supposed to come in and solve that problem. But since we're not informed, and they just want you to just vote when it comes to November, this is what happened. And my heart goes out to all those that suffer right now because of these people playing politics with your money. And remember, it's only 5 of them. Trump, Mnuchin, Pelosi, McConnell, and Schumer. And guess what? Those are just the 5 people's names that I mentioned, but they don't even run nothing. It's bigger than them. It has to be. For 300 million people to just let this happen and let them do us like this, have you going outside with masks on when you're not even sick? When the whole COVID situation, there's a 99.99% chance that if you get it, you'll recover unless you have underlying medical conditions. Okay? So as long as they can just let us go through the motions and whatever they say, and remember, it's not the laws, it's orders. They ordering you to do this. They ordering us to do this. As long as they can do that, family, it's going to be pretty difficult. My heart goes out to the kids. I'm teaching, and it's really kind of difficult doing this virtual thing. We make it work, but I promise you right now, it's nothing substitute being in front of the class. What's up, Brandon? Look out, Mike. How you doing, guys? There's no substitute for it, guys. There's no substitute. And I really salute my students for getting on there and listening to me while I'm on the line virtually, okay? Because remember, it's a difficult time, but these students, they want, especially young men, they need that. And when you're going through this type of process, it's pretty difficult. And then to have the masses know that we're coming up in November on voting, and all they're talking about is the presidential election. When I promise you right now, it's way deeper than that. Go to your school board members, see what they're doing. If you're in a school district right now where it's kids that don't have virtual learning devices, where they don't have access to internet, you need to check your school board members. It's time for them to get out of there, as well as your city councilmen and your mayors. So you have to start from the grassroots, and we get too inundated with presidential elections. And like I say, you look at the congressmen and senators. I told you, the 5 people right now that's keeping us from accessing taxpayers' money during this pandemic, because remember, we never named it a pandemic, but it's only certain individuals that's keeping us from accessing that assistance. Those that can't work, those that have businesses and entrepreneurs that have to have their businesses shut down, from no fault of their own, and not have any assistance when every state received $1.25 billion minimally. I'm in Texas. Texas got $14 billion. Some states got even more. And to have that type of money coming to the states, and you still have the homeless people, you still have corporations that can't pay their employees but have to shut down. Where's the money? You dig? Where's the money? All right. So, Fed, I just want to come back with a quick live just to, kind of inform you. Say, if you're in the live, those 5 people I'm talking about, I just mentioned, they want to defund the police in Seattle. They just defunded the police in Seattle. 100 police officers are going to lose their jobs. Now, remember, it's only certain individuals going to be affected by that. See, that's why we got to look at the bigger picture. It's only certain individuals that are going to be affected by the defunding of the police department. Where does that even come from? That's not policy. That's not acknowledging, quote unquote, Black Lives Matter, defunding the police. What? What about the black police officers? See how stupid that is? All right. So, I just want to come back with a quick live, guys. Thanks for joining me, Brandon, Mike. Thanks for joining me. Look, food for thought. Like I say, it's 3 branches of government. And so when Congress is saying the president doesn't want to agree, and when the president is saying Congress don't want to agree, think about this. There is something called a judicial branch. Where's the Supreme Court justice? It's 12 of them, and they have jobs for life, and nobody's saying nothing? Okay. Family, in the meantime, between time, any more sound, sorry to bring you joy, and being what is out of 5,000.